You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Infinite diversity.
Live long and prosper, and welcome to Infinite Diversity, a Star Trek Universe podcast, here on the BQN Podcast Collective. I'm your host for today, Thad, and joining me as always is my co-host, Chrissie. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I'm getting really tired of just, wandering around the multiverse trying to figure out who's opening these holes in it for no reason. And
That's probably
I'll
Human
be really
Worf.
glad. It probably is Human Worf. Although Borgified Kirk seems like a real logical potentiality there. How are you doing?
I feel like that was a reference to the Shatnerverse.
Probably. I mean, do they do anything that isn't a reference?
Yeah, fair. I'm doing pretty good. I actually went out to my local farmer's market today and had a soft pretzel this morning, so I firmly believe that sodium can be a full life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's necessary to life.
It is, in fact, necessary for life, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also joining us today is BQN's own Amy Nelson. Amy, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, hello. You can call me 2-Pip Nelson.
Surely you have more pips than that at BQN.
Yes.
No, I've been stuck in cleaning up. I had a huge mess, and I had to clean it up this morning under my sink. The kitchen, I've got water leaking. So I'm a little frazzled, but frantically cleaning up before jumping on here. But we're good. We're good.
Oof. Well,
Okay.
I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Yes. As long as it's not a quantum fissure, it should be fixable. So
Thank you. Yeah. Because, can't see any more 1-Pip Nelsons.
Yeah, but if there was a 1-Pip Nelson that came through the fissure, then you could have her deal with the sink while you podcast with us.
Yes.
There you go.
That's what I need. Yes.
there you go.
Before we jump into our topic for the day, we'd like to take a moment to thank our Patreon patrons who make our show possible, particularly associate producers Carl Wonders and Chrissie De Clerck-Szilagyi. Listeners, you can hear your name listed as one of our associate producers for a monthly subscription of just $10. Add your subscription of any amount at patreon.com/BQN keeps all of the shows on the network ad-free. All right. A little bit of news. We have a new trailer for Section 31.
That we do.
I personally, seeing it feels very much like a sci-fi action movie. I'm not sure how Star Trek-y it feels, but I will reserve judgment on that until I see it. How is everybody else feeling about that?
I was reading an article in Variety, and they were saying that they want the show to attract as many people to just walk in without having Star Trek knowledge. So it's going to be that common denominator type of movie. So I agree with your assessment. It's action-packed, funny, that's a little different than Star Trek.
That approach would work if it were a movie that was going to play in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How many people who subscribe to Paramount Plus are not already familiar with Star Trek?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And if that was what they wanted, then they should also be running it on Showtime.
Yes.
Since it's all together now.
Mm-hmm.
So people can find it channel flipping. And maybe they will do that after.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I'm still hoping maybe there'll be because it's still they'll announce like a limited theater thing, so maybe like they did with like the Lower Decks premieres, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
please.
Oh, that would be nice.
Or maybe even like one theater company. Like sometimes you get like just all the AMCs get something,
Right.
or all of the
Right.
other ones,
Or
that I
like
can't think of, 'cause
Fathom event.
we have a local one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Fathom
Fathom
that
is
was what I
better.
was thinking of, which would
Yeah.
be, or even an actual limited release, like it's in theaters for a week or something. Because I know,
Mhm.
I doubt they're trying to submit it as an Oscar contender, but I know, for instance, Netflix puts some of their movies in theaters for a week when they release, so that they can officially be considered as for awards.
I didn't know that. That feels like double dipping.
That's a nice little loophole there.
Well, I think if they submit for an Oscar, they can't submit for an Emmy and vice versa, but I could be wrong on that.
It would seem not right to be able to do both.
Interestingly, on that note, though, it does have an MPAA movie rating of PG-13, and not
That's true.
the TV rating of TV-14 that it would be as a TV show. So that makes me wonder if they are going to do some sort of limited release, but also, what that says to me is this is definitely the 14th Star Trek movie.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it has a movie rating. It is not a TV special, it is a movie.
Yeah. I'm down for calling it that.
Okay. We'll see what Star Trek actually calls it if they ever get the 14th movie out.
Well, we stopped numbering a while ago, so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Although
not like
this could-
it's not like Beyond was Star Trek 13 Beyond.
Yeah.
I know, but why are they calling it, the fourth movie? It's just so infuriating. Like, the fourth movie is the one with the wells. Come on now, people.
Well,
We
it
all
would be
know that.
the fourth Kelvin movie. But,
I
that gets
know.
more complicated.
It's
And
4K.
it sounds more impressive when you're saying the 14th. Like, that's impressive. The fourth Kelvin movie?
Well, at this point, it would be impressive if we get another Kelvin
Oh
movie.
my gosh.
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
would be on its own. But maybe this one will do well enough.
I do think we will get another big budget movie theater Star Trek movie in the future, but I'm suspecting it will not be another Kelvin movie.
No.
And I
no,
am happy to be wrong on that. If we actually get the next Kelvin movie, that would be awesome. But I'm not holding my breath.
I think Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth can take a pay cut to do something cool like that. They certainly don't seem to need, well, I don't know what their personal life is like, but certainly.
If Chris Hemsworth is hurting for money, then he's made some poor decisions.
Yes.
Well, we know many who have.
Yeah. That's I hesitate.
That's fair.
I'm not going to judge, but
you know what? I'm going to judge a little.
Well, okay, that's true. That's true. When you have that much money, I will judge, but
Yes.
I won't assume. How's that?
As someone with a 5-figure salary, I am going to judge a little if the extremely high-paid movie star can't manage this money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. That's true.
All right. Anyway, Section 31 coming January 24th, rated PG-13.
Oh, and do you know what else I read? That it's going to be similar to like a Guardians in the Galaxy. So that comedy, which Michelle Yeoh can deliver some amazing one-liners. And so I'm sort of excited for this new kind of humor that Lower Decks is introducing us to,
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it comes with, it's going to be very different from Star Trek we've seen before. I'm not sure how much of a Star Trek film it'll feel like, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
And honestly, I feel like I have to push back just because I see so many, every time news about it comes out, I see people on the internet talking about, oh, no one wants this. This looks terrible. I hate this. And I'm just like, could you at least watch it first?
Yeah. You would think, it is the joke that it's not new Star Trek unless Star Trek fans hate it.
Yeah, but this one is worse than that. Like, it's because it's not the usual suspects. It's not the people that hate Discovery and hate,
Oh, okay.
so many other things. There's a lot of people on on social media who are big Star Trek fans who are saying, "Oh, I don't want this. I don't like this. This doesn't look good." And I'm like, it may not be for you, and that's fine. But also, like, I don't like so much negativity over something that's not even out there that we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that I have loved about this new era of Trek, this Alex Kurtzman, is the actual living of Idic. We are getting so many different types and variety of shows and shorts and animation and now TV movies. Like, the variety is absolutely stunning. I mean, this is living Idic. And so, as with Idic, you don't have to embrace everything, but you respect it, you recognize it, and you cheer it on. So I'm loving this new era of Trek. And so, yeah, I'm championing it because, and it may not be for me. There's some things that aren't, but yeah.
It may bring people in the way Kelvin Timeline did. And that's the important thing, you know? So...
Yes.
I'm not sure how many people it's going to bring in on Paramount Plus, but that's...
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the problem with streaming. You know, people can't accidentally discover stuff. But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, especially not on, you know, the lesser tier things. Mm-hmm. Because people will accidentally discover things on Netflix or
that's
Amazon or HBO. Yeah. But...
Paramount is so specific. But, I agree.
But no one is... I don't go on Paramount Plus looking for random things to watch. And I have Paramount Plus, I have access to it at all times. Mm-hmm. So, like...
and a vested interest in it keeping going.
Right.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, I have watched things that aren't Star Trek on Paramount Plus, but it's always things that I already knew I was going to watch, and I go looking for it.
Yep.
There's only one thing that came up as, like, you know, the banner ad when you open the app that I watched that I hadn't planned on watching, and that was Fellow Travelers, which is really good. I highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There's one time I watched, earlier this year, I watched the Mean Girls musical because it popped up as a recommendation. And that was actually pretty good.
I think I added that to my list, but I haven't done that. Because again, it's like I go to Paramount for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, I do go through, I'll open Netflix and scroll through if I'm looking for something to watch, but I never do that on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Despite the fact, I will say the last, 2 or 3 times I've gone to the actual movies, there's been a commercial for Paramount Plus before the movie talking about how they have tons of movies on Paramount Plus.
They do?
Apparently.
Woohoo. Well, with the Showtime, if you have the Showtime ad in, that adds a lot.
Yeah, that's true. So, the penultimate episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. Fissure Quest. Amy, what did you think this week?
I was so excited. My reaction of seeing T'Pol, to me, that was the big one. Mm-hmm. Huge. I couldn't even believe it. And then they just keep coming out with Curzon Dax. I didn't know I needed to see this, and I did. Loved it. I really enjoyed it. It definitely sets up the next episode perfectly. It's not really a cliffhanger. It's like a 2-part story. So I'm really enjoying this. I think is going to be one of my favorite series endings.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. Just cameos everywhere. This was just the... And I think the next to last episode in most of the seasons has been really good. So this makes sense. Starting back season 1, we had Crisis Point. Mm-hmm. Season 2, we had I think it was Wedge Douche was the next to last episode.
So good.
Yeah. Season 3, I don't remember.
Wasn't
off
that
the top of my head? I don't either.
Oh, that was Trusted Sources, I think.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
So that was not quite as strong, I think, but it was still pretty good. And then last season, it was
the Nick Locarno reveal.
Nick Locarno whole thing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, even more, it was Nick Locarno, but it was also the Mariner and what's his name, the Klingon. They were on the planet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I can't think of his name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Something.
Yeah.
Ma'a. Yes.
Yeah. The guy we'll see later this season. Yeah.
Yes. Because that was because it was Nick Locarno was revealed at the end, but the episode was Mariner and Ma'a like basically giving each other battlefield therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good episode. So yeah, this is continuing in that vein. Obviously, like each cameo made my jaw drop. Chrissy, what did you think this week?
I was not expecting Curzon Dax. And I was not expecting T'Pol.
No.
I figured the Harry's Kim were gonna show up this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that was beautiful. And most surprising, and yet when one thinks about it, least surprising is Bashir and Garak. Because it's lower decks, so that's perfect.
Honestly, most surprising for me was Lily Sloan.
Yes, that one too.
Oh, okay,
I was like, that is not Alfre Woodard, and it was. Oh gosh.
Yep. See, there were so many that I actually had a brain fart there and forgot about that. Forgot about her.
Yeah, they're just wild. Everything about it is wild.
Yeah. This was a very Trek episode too, with all of the ideas.
Oh yeah,
so good.
All right, well let's dive in.
Okay.
We do get our Prime Universe Lower Deck crew at the beginning there. We see that Boimler has finally grown the beard.
Yes.
And it looks great, as I knew it would.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking, and they mentioned the alternate Boimler who they think was killed, but we remember back from season 3 with that after credit was actually saved by Section 31. And then we cut to him in an alternate reality on a Defiant class vessel with a ragtag crew of alternate universe characters.
Mm-hmm.
We have Curzon Dax. We have T'Pol from an alternate universe where she and Trip had a long marriage together. We have Garak, who is a doctor in this universe, and his husband, emergency holographic Bashir, and about 1 million Harry Kims. Or Harry's Kim?
I'm going with Harry's Kim because that just sounds more
funnier.
Something. I don't know what. I like it. Yes, for sure.
The Kim crew is thriving.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just tell that Garrett Wong is having the time of his life doing this voice.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, the amount of swearing and bleeping in this episode was
you never
so
got
funny.
to do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say the biggest, perhaps, shock as far as the guest casting is that Jolene Blaylock is back as T'Pol.
Yeah.
Well, it's Jolene.
Okay.
Do you have any inside information?
I have. Yes, I do.
Okay.
So, Mike McMahon was asked about that, and that was her request. He didn't expound upon that more, but my assumption from talking to some other people on that is that, well, she's not a working actress anymore, for one. And Blaylock is probably not her last name anymore. Because she's And I should have pulled this up ahead of time. But like,
well, she's married since then.
Yeah, she's married. Oh yeah, yeah. In
and
fact,
I don't even know if that was her name versus a stage name.
Right. Wikipedia even says yes. Her list as other names: Jolene Rapinoe, because she's married to Michael Rapinoe. They've been married since 2003, actually.
Oh.
And if she's no longer an actress, then she's not really using the stage name, but her married name would not be listed with SAG or anything else, so it's probably just easier and simpler to just go get credited as Jolene.
Well, I would think it would be easier to be Jolene Blaylock, since that's your SAG, your name that's what you're known as.
But maybe she doesn't want to use that name anymore, because that's not who she is anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah, my assumption is that it's probably she does not consider herself to be Jolene Blaylock anymore.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want that name credited, but also she doesn't want to go through the process of registering as Jolene Rapinoe when she's not actually acting and only came back for this.
Yeah.
Which, interestingly enough, she came back for this. I saw this. This on Blue Sky just last night. Mike McMahon was saying that someone asked how they gotten her, and he said that he reached out and said that to Paul meant a lot to him, and apparently she's been watching the show and loves it and is a big fan and wanted to do it.
That's great.
I reposted that on Blue Sky. Yeah, I found that too. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that's awesome. That apparently, she's actually a fan of the show, which is great.
That's good.
And I love that Mike McMahon shared how important her character is. That's coming from the heart. And again, as evidenced by this amazing show, he is such a fan of Star Trek's.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that we're in an age where fans are now writing and creating content.
Yep.
It makes a huge difference when you compare eras.
Yeah. And it's especially evident in Prodigy and Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Where it can be a little more self-referential.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, we have Andy Robinson as Garrick, and he did spoil that appearance a few months ago. In a paid cameo of all things. That was great, but no one knew that Alexander Siddig was going to be in this. I really hope that Andy and Sid got to record in the same room.
Oh, yeah.
Because they bounce off each other so well in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I think this is, have we had an example? I'm sure we have, where beta canon is now canon. That whole relationship was because the fans wanted it so.
Well, also,
that's not beta canon, though.
Yeah.
It's written in books and fan fiction.
Not that they're married. Fan fiction,
you don't think there's
but
any... No, there's people with their fan fiction.
Yeah, but fan fiction isn't beta canon.
It's not published by... Beta canon is published and approved,
So, if it was in the Star Trek novels, that would be beta canon.
And there's...
So beta canon...
Written?
No, they are definitely shown to be extremely close friends in the novels, but it's never gone explicitly farther than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said, there are many interviews with Andrew Robinson where he says that he considers them to be.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I've been watching Delta Flyers as they go through DS9, and they had him on for I think it was The Wire. And he talked about that, how that was from the get-go, because he wasn't sure how to play the character, and then he saw how good-looking Alexander Siddig was. And he's like, oh, that's where to go with it. Perfect.
Yeah, and he just goes up and he grabs him by the shoulder. You're like, obviously. That scene is very, Yeah, so, and Garrick, just the way he's played throughout the show, is very queer coded.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it just seemed natural to me. I was like, well, yeah, I mean, of course, we've been talking about it for so long because every time they, talk about it, as you said, who's the actor for Garrick?
Andrew Robinson.
Yeah.
Andy Robinson.
Yeah, how, Andrew has said, yeah, this is how we're playing it. We would have loved it if they written it that way. So it was the right thing to do.
And I do remember during COVID, Sid was doing weekly Zoom meetings with with his fans, and one of them he actually brought Andy in, and they read explicit Garrick Bashir fanfic to each other.
Oh my gosh, how amazing!
They talked about that at a panel in Chicago, and I was always like, I gotta go watch that, and then I have never gotten around to doing it. I keep forgetting. How one forgets about something like that, I don't know, but there it is.
Yeah, I only know about it. I have not actually seen it either. One thing I like, you'll note, the Garrick and Bashir's undershirts are different shades of blue.
Yeah.
Which is,
I
believe,
that.
a direct commentary on the fact that especially the blue was very commonly a different, not uniform, if you'll pardon the pun, on the Starfleet uniforms for the 24th century Star Trek iterations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like the blue versus the teal versus the green type of coloring. Okay, that's funny. I saw it and recognized it, but I was like, what is the meaning? So just a nod and a laugh at. Okay. Even funnier. Love it.
And I just love all the Harry Kims. And they're just like, did you guys get back to the Delta Quadrant, or did you, or Alpha Quadrant, did you settle down? I was like, no, we got back. And there was apparently a bet on that.
I take the bet. I mean, that means, yeah, did you make it? Oh, yeah. And then you hear, like, in the background, what did you do with your two Vicks?
Yes! So, the one thing that, I know that, and once they realized that he was a lieutenant, it's like, so did Janeway ever let you sit in the big chair? Which is funny, but also Ensign Kim sat in the big chair multiple times.
He did, yeah.
Yes.
Curzon Dax is an interesting choice. He definitely behaves the way we would expect Curzon Dax to behave. And I feel like in a way they put him there as like to have his interaction with T'Pol, which felt a little removed from the rest of the episode, but at the same time I think it works.
Yeah, I didn't understand their friendship as much because I was like, I guess I just didn't understand it. And so I was talking to you guys in the group and it's like, well, they're friends. So I'm sure as any people working together a long time, maybe they were, first collected and Boimler brought them on. And, they've got that kinship that we're walking into right up front. And so I guess for me, it was just like, oh, I'm walking into something that's already so developed between the two. I guess that's why I was just thrown off by it, because they seem to have this amazing connection. Is the voice of Curzon, is that Fred?
Yes, it was Fred Tatasciore as Curzon Dax.
Yeah.
Every other guest was by their actor from Star Trek. Yeah. Which is great.
Well, we never heard the actor that, oh no, we did hear him a couple words.
What's that?
But the one who played Curzon, the couple times we see, it's always flashbacks to when Jedzia is getting the symbiont.
I don't think he speaks in this. You see him smile at her.
I feel like at one point he says Jedzia or something like that.
Maybe.
But maybe not.
Really, I think of Curzon, I think of the
Odo
episode with Renee Auberjonois being Curzon Odo.
Yeah.
And I feel like this Curzon did play a very similar character to Curzon Odo.
Yeah.
Now, is Curzon... I know, this is going to sound stupid. Is Curzon a Trill or a Klingon?
A Trill.
He's a Trill.
But he spent a long time with Klingons, is very friendly with Klingons. He had that blood oath with Kankor and Koloth.
Yeah.
But
so
he was a Federation ambassador for like 3 decades or something like that to the Empire. So or even maybe longer.
Yeah, so that's why he fights with the Batleth, etc.
Okay.
And that's why Jadzia fights with the Batleth, because she had those memories from Curzon.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so they're trying to find the solution to all these fissures.
Can we talk about how amazing is that visual of a bubble bath and that each universe is in its own? Like, does that make the most perfect sense of this multiverse? I love it. I'm so grateful that we have amazing, smart people like Aaron McDonald to make sure that we are getting the science right. And I loved it.
That might be the best explanation of the multiverse I've ever seen.
Right?
Because it's not a bunch of lines.
Well, and I like the one in the Spider-Verse, the Spideyverse one, with the web and the connections of being the major points of, obviously Spock dying to save, like that would be for ours, those touch points. But the bubble, that's an entire, 3-dimensional space, not just a line. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And it allows you to visualize different universes touching each other at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, and helps you visualize the whole equal and opposite reaction that when one rift is created and another one is created.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah, conservation. Yep. So smart.
So mirror universe or alternate universe Beckett Mariner comes through a rift. They get her out of her shuttle before it explodes. Interestingly, this Beckett Mariner is a more cautious, stay on the ship and be an awesome engineer than the Beckett that we know.
Why do you sound so surprised?
Yeah. And again, I saw Mike McMahon, somebody asked Mike McMahon about that on Blue Sky, and he was saying that, yes, this Mariner is from a universe where Ceto Jaxa doesn't die. So she doesn't have that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The anger issues. Yeah. My favorite line was like, I don't know if she said it, but I'm like, she's never been in a brig before. What?
Yeah, she
hilarious.
does. Yeah, that was good.
She said she's never been in a jail.
Yeah. So I'm like, you lived there.
Like 2 weeks ago, you spent like 2 months in jail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Honestly, one of my favorite lines is the delivery right at the beginning when she shows up on the bridge and like, and she just says, Boeing, she's like, Boems, I think that's DePaul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was feeling. I think that's DePaul. Yeah, like that was said for the fans. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the interaction with Mariner and T'Pol later, when commenting on the differences between William Boimler and her Boimler, and T'Pol says she doesn't have a Boimler to compare. She's like, oh, well, he's like Archer. You have one of those, right? He's a big old Starfleet nerd. And T'Pol's like, yes, and big Starfleet nerd is an accurate description.
Yes.
Yep. That was beautiful.
Yes. So they're chasing the ship that is causing the tears in the fissures, and they both crash land on a planet. And it turns out that they're full of hostile, yes. And they get thrown in the jail. And it turns out the other ship is captained by Lily Sloan.
And I love that they like held it off on announcing like who it was. You know, Mary's like, "Why does she look familiar?" Because I was like, "Yeah, well, where do I recognize that voice?" And it was like,
yeah, I did not pick up on who she was until they said it.
Yeah, me either. The intermixing of time periods here, in addition to various, different ways that the universe could go, was interesting to me.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that they're exploring, and like using our words in her universe of, well, we know not to interfere with people who haven't crossed dimensions, and it's like, it's not a general order. Yeah. I mean, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's Prime Directive. It's beautiful. I love it when it gets turned on our heroes.
Right? Yes. And like the whole lesson of Lily and Boimler, because you do sometimes get just so involved with your work and your goal and your purpose, and Boimler's losing it. Oh, this stupid multiverse is just the same thing mashed up over and over again. It's so, derivative or whatever. And then we get the moment with Lily's like, well, it's all about humanity and learning about ourselves. Like we get, and that's what we as podcasters have been saying about Star Trek forever. Like, yes, the Klingons are representation of one part of humanity, right? The Ferengi is one part of humanity. And we're exploring this by going, and it just, so Star Trek. And I love that it was coming from Lily.
Yes.
Yeah. That is perfect.
Yeah, and I like that it's not a nefarious thing. It's not like like Nick Locarno last season. It turns out that this is entirely it's entirely accidental. There was no intent. There was no ill intent with this, and they're gonna solve it and fix everything, or they would if the Harry's Kim didn't stage a revolt.
Oh no, not the Harry's Kim, just Lieutenant Kim.
Yes.
Well, if the other Kims
they didn't want to be there.
Yeah, they did.
But they still did follow him until they...
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the Harry's got to stick together until you start being all crazy. And it's like, oh, thank you for bringing us back. We're so happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 2-Pip Kim is not happy. And he's gonna take the Kims to a universe where they'll be respected. And he refuses to listen to reason that, it'll be bad if he tries to open a rift, the ship's damaged. And he still does it and ends up blowing up.
See, sometimes getting promoted is not the best thing for you as a person.
No. Was it, you can't throw those engineering terms at me. I have 2 pips.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because all the Ensign Kims wanted to, they believed in Starfleet and their mission and,
I believe that would be Ensign's Kim.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yes. Speaking of the different uniforms, the one Kim who was in the white and gray uniform, was that supposed to be...
It's the racing uniform from Drive.
Okay. I connected that to the original intended uniforms for Generations. So I haven't...
No, those weren't white.
You didn't think about Drive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
The racing uniform that Tom and B'Elanna and Harry originally, before B'Elanna took his place, were going to wear in the... Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Uniform question solved.
Yep.
Would have been nice if one of them was like in a monster maroon or something. They could have widened that up, or like the TNG style. That was a missed opportunity, but that was probably
yesterday's Enterprise uniform or something.
Yeah. But it was probably more for the sake of the animators trying to make it easier with that. Speaking of monster maroons, I have that coat that I got in Chicago, and it's been cold, so I've been wearing it. Fantastic coat. Volante Design knows what they're doing with keeping the wind out, right? I'm in Bath and Body Works yesterday, and somebody looks at me like, they go, "Is that a Star Trek uniform?"
Oh my
Like,
god.
Nice.
It's very close to one. Thank you for recognizing it. I love it.
Mhm. Yes,
So
it's
shout
been
out to
getting
Volante.
Yeah, it's been getting cold here, so I've been wearing my one that I got in Chicago too.
Now, what do you call cold?
But yeah, yes, it's been getting cold. We got down to like 64. So I wore my jacket.
64 is shorts weather.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't even. Yeah, I wouldn't even wear a long sleeves 64.
64 is bring a sweatshirt in case it's chillier inside than outside. The joys of
it's
different
warmed up.
climate.
It's 30 now, Amy.
Oh my gosh, 30.
Where is it?
God, I just
It's
can't.
25 here. I'm so excited. Mhm.
25. Okay, we are 47. I see that a lot. With a high of 62, so
Mhm.
we're 47. Go Star Trek.
All right, well,
Yeah, the high
that's
today
chilly
here
for-
is
I understand.
33.
Yeah,
A high of 33?
28.
Yeah.
You're high. We don't even get.
Hey,
Whoa.
our high is above freezing.
Yeah. Didn't you grow up in like Idaho or Utah, or
I
didn't you
grew up,
experience cold
in
weather
Salt
at
Lake
some point in
City,
your life?
Utah. And
Oh, Utah. Okay, excuse me.
Yes, yeah. So Wasatch Mountains, all the snow, ice, I've done it all, but
Yeah.
I've been in Las Vegas. The heat has assimilated me. Going on
I
16
don't
years.
blame you.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is why
Yeah.
you can afford. This is why you can afford not to go on the Star Trek cruise every year.
Yes.
You don't need to get away from this.
Exactly.
Whereas I will be very excited in February to be
Mhm.
going to
Oh.
the Gulf Coast of Mexico because it will be
Oh, nice.
so much nicer than
Yes.
it is here.
Yeah, that is one thing. Like when I go away during, winter time, it's not that much of a change. So there is that.
Mm-hmm.
I will miss you on the cruise this year, though, Amy.
Oh, I know. I'm so sad. FOMO's already. Thanks for posting all your mission orders. The cruise is so different than any other convention. Like the panels are so worth it. They're so valuable.
I like it more than STLB.
Yeah. Because of the panels. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you're immersed in Star Trek for an entire week.
Yeah.
It's even more than you get in Vegas. I
Agreed.
think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Well, Chrissy,
Someday.
I wish I made
Someday.
six figures so I could
Yes.
use some of it to pay for you to come on the cruise too.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that.
Because you and Jay would have a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Someday.
Where were we in the episode? Oh, the
We were
Kims
talking
had
about
taken the
Kim
ship.
stealing. Yeah.
Yes. The other Kims stage a mutiny. He beams them back to the Anaximander, and then Two Pip Kim goes and blows himself up and creates a terrible universe-destroying energy, I guess.
Yeah. Strange energy,
Yeah.
to use previous terms.
Yeah.
So
he steals the beagle, right? That's,
Yeah.
I'm assuming,
Yeah.
reference to Archer's.
yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Or it could be Darwin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Upcoming Chrissy's History Corner, as long as the internet holds out.
I feel like it could be a little bit of both. Also.
And that may be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Certainly not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. But yes, Darwin's ship was called the Beagle, and that would make sense for naming a ship of exploration.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the Beagle's design, by the way, is designed after one of the models from the wreck deck in Star Trek: The Motion Picture of all the historical Enterprise ships. One of them was designed like a ring ship like that. So that's what that is based on.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh.
That was very cool that they did that.
Because that ring ship, I thought of the Star Trek '09, Spock's future ship.
Oh, the jellyfish? Yeah, I suppose
It had that ring.
it's not quite as it does have the ring, but it's not quite as boxy.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I totally see where you're going there.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, Boimler's ship, the Defiant class, is an Anaximander, who was a Greek philosopher.
Oh.
He was.
Interestingly, he was one of the first people to conceptualize to come up with the concept of infinity, which makes sense for something that's going through all these multiverses.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
You're stealing my my thunder here, but that's okay.
Really, I'm stealing it from Alex Perry because he put it in Trek4.
All right. Go,
sorry.
Alex Perry. No, you're fine. You are fine.
But I should say before they chased the Beagle, they did have to get it back from the lizards and their Quapians, and Curzon fought them with the Batleth and got stabbed.
Yeah.
And then hides his injury, and then goes to sickbay, and he's dying. And
Now, have we seen the Quampians before?
I
feel like we have.
Must have.
It feels like it's
weren't they on the other bog planet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weren't they the people on the other bog planet with the when Mariner's friend from the academy comes and is the spare captain?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I think so.
Yeah, the bog planet. Yes, because we've seen them wading around before. My calves.
Right.
Yes.
Now, you guys listen to Tawny Newsom enough. I'm wondering, when she makes some of her lines, especially like that, my calves, I hear Tawny, I don't hear Mariner. Do you?
Yeah,
Yes.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. That's okay, though.
No,
I
I
like it when
love
there's
it,
that
because I listen to her
blend.
podcast, and so I'm always
I feel like that's how it should
hearing
be.
her voice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yes, the Quapians were previously seen in, again, coming back to Alex Perry, the arbiter of all Star Trek knowledge,
Yes.
Season 1's Much Ado About Boimler.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. Yes.
Which, yes, that was the episode with
transporter
this is the transporter, but then the other story was Mariner with the temporary captain who was her old friend, and yes, they went to the bog planet. Yep.
Good memory, Chrissy.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm sure we have, because that's why, like, Mariner is just like, I know these guys.
Right.
Yeah.
They're nice, yeah.
Not these guys.
Yep, nope. She's like, oh, I see what you mean about this multiverse.
Yeah. And T'Pol does a mind meld with the Dax symbiont.
Yeah. That was more Katra than I was expecting. That was a beautiful line. Oh my god.
You backed up Dax in that beautiful Vulcan brain of yours. So, in order to save all of the multiverse, they are going to direct all the energy into one universe, which could cause that universe to be destroyed, but save all the others. And Boimler chooses his, because that universe has a Boimler and a Mariner and a Tendi and a Rutherford, and they can fix this. And everything will be fine as long he sent a message to his counterpart, and everything will be fine as long as he doesn't freak out.
I'm like, does he not know his Boimler?
And I love a good Boimler freak out.
He does. He knows he'll freak out, and then he'll come back together.
Yeah.
Or the others will pull him back.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
Oh, that was so funny. We're all gonna die. Runs off screen. Oh, so funny. Now, do you think that, again, going back to the beginning scene, with Rutherford trying to match his or link up his Oculus to the ship, do you think that's gonna be a thing, or is that just another Rutherford fidgeting
It's the second time we've had a situation like this, because there was the thing he was doing earlier this season where he couldn't get that door to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm like, is it just engineering? He likes to fidget and fix things because he can, or is this really going to be something next week?
It feels like a bit of a breadcrumb to me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's there's a little too much going on there for it just to be fidgeting, particularly this close to the end. So,
yeah. I wanted to know if you, in all of your Star Trek knowledge, when they were writing this, do you know when they knew it was going to be their last season? Because I feel like with, especially this episode, with all of the, self-referencing.
My understanding is that Mike McMahon knew there was a good possibility it would be the last season when they were writing this season.
Okay.
But they didn't know for sure, and we're certainly hoping that he get more. But, there are interviews with him from, last year where he said we might not get any more.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, that what they did with Discovery was just dirty.
Yeah.
Well, that's two shows that they've done dirty. Enterprise and Discovery.
Well, I don't think Discovery was done quite as dirty as Enterprise.
No.
Well, I'm not saying the severity is equal. No.
You do actually have to go back to the original series to get the worst done dirty, because they had
Turnabout Intruder is a terrible episode.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So
yeah. It's a tradition. They started it at the beginning, so
exactly, right? But then they fixed it with TNG, because I love that.
And DS9.
DS9's ending is great too. And I mostly like Voyager's ending.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It
was purposeful.
It could have been better. Yeah. Yes, that's the key, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it should have shown more of the homecoming at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it should have had no Chakotay and 7 of 9 kissing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yeah. In the way that Enterprise should have started on Earth.
Yes.
For a season or half a season.
Yes.
Voyager should have ended, at least with a couple of episodes on Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen, Philippa Louvois overseeing the case about Tuvix.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that they had her in the books overseeing the arrests of all the Section 31 people that did terrible things.
Yes. That was beautifully done.
All right. So this episode has definitely set up our finale for next week. Is there anything else either of you want to go over from this week?
Yeah, just real quick. We already talked about it briefly, but Anaximander was a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher. He lived in the 5th century BCE. He was actually in the city of Miletus, which is on Asia Minor, which is modern-day Turkey. And he died right ahead of the Greco-Persian Wars. He proposed that, first of all, that nature is ruled by laws, and he tried to compare them to the way human societies work with laws and how things don't work. Like if something happens against the laws of nature, then there's a correction. And he also said that everything comes from something called the apeiron. Apeiron, which is the indefinite.
Okay. That's that concept of infinity. Yeah.
Yeah, an infinity of potentialities in nature there.
Which is perfect for naming a ship that's going through multiverses.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I love that the writers have the history background. Somebody's got the history background, somebody's got the philosophy background.
The benefits of a
very
classical
little
education.
Exactly. There's a reason that it makes sense that Wesley is learning Latin at the academy, and it does make sense, people. I know that's a whole other discussion, but
I mean, I was just quoting Die Hard, but yes.
Well, okay, true. I didn't make that connection, but that works. Anaximander may have been a teacher to Pythagoras. So that's somebody Amy will have heard of. Yeah.
Yes.
But
who we all should have heard of if you were educated.
No, I know.
I might have a theorem about that.
Yes, we all do. Yeah, I don't know why I directed it that at you specifically. It's like Amy is the everything math person, you know. So yeah.
But that comment was for people being educated, and that we need to continue that. So if you haven't heard of that theorem we're talking about, come on now.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Got to figure out triangles. Right. Oh, so there's only a little bit of his own writing that survived, but he's talked about, and his information, his ideas are talked about a lot in other Greek philosophers. And then the Beagle is the Royal Navy ship that Charles Darwin traveled on between the last week of December in 1831 is when they set out from Britain, and then they traveled around in the Southern Hemisphere, and then got back to Britain in October of 1836. And much of the ideas that came about to become the theory of natural selection came to Darwin because of his studies and observations while he was on the Beagle. So there we go. Chrissy's History Corner. We haven't had one of those in a while because we haven't really needed one. But here was an opportunity, and I'm not going to let that go. So
sure.
Yeah.
I think we need, as a society, to observe more.
Yeah. Actually pay attention, because I think we look at a lot of things, and we stare at things, and we don't pay attention to what we're looking at.
Yeah. Or see the connections, like you're saying, what he was doing. Making the connections to what Earth is doing and what society is doing. And live long enough, we're going to see a correction. Every single time when we swing, there's a correction.
Yep.
So that's my hope, that we will be self-correcting in the future, because we're in a mistake right now.
Amy, thank you so much for joining us. Where can listeners find you online? Do you have any work you want to mention?
Well, we wrapped up our live Viewscreen. That was really fun, our morning talk show. You can find that on YouTube. And so now I am on All Good Things. And I am also talking new things on Union Federation, which is all here on BQN. And you can find me on the Blue Sky at BQN Podcasts. Oh, and we have our Facebook group, the BQN Collective. Definitely find me there. And my new favorite place is the Discord server. So I'm there as well.
So when the BQN podcast account is liking my post, that's probably you?
Yes. But there's other people that log in. So I'm trying to, keep it network. Yeah, but that is me.
Yeah.
All right, Chrissy, where can people find you when you're not performing feats of engineering?
That would be a new thing for me, but I'll take it. Right. In addition to here on Infinite Diversity, you can find me on History with the Szilagys here on the BQN. That's that twice weekly short history podcast that I do with my fellow historian partner, Jason. He is doing some episodes on Syria right now, looking at the Assad family and how they got to where they are prior to their recent fall. So if you want a little bit of context for recent events, that's a good place to go. I'm also happy to chat about our shows in the BQN Collective on Facebook and in the Discord, and I'm on the various socials as the Goddess Livia. That's TheGoddessLivia, where you can see my opinions about Star Trek history and leftist politics. Thad, where can people find you when you're not trying to fix your Oculus implant so that it's not shooting people with plasma?
I mean, if I had that and it could do that, I wouldn't want to fix it. That would be rad.
Well, you want to have control over when and where.
That's true, yes. Best place to find me is on Blue Sky. I'm at Tyrannicus. That's Tyranicus. You can also hear me on the podcast I do with my friend Carl called License to Spiel. That's license spelled with a C like the British do it, where we started out talking about James Bond and continued on to other things once we ran out of that. We're currently covering Columbo. Don't forget all our other great shows here on BQN, and here's a recording of Amy to tell you all about them.
What shows are on BQN, you ask? Well, here's a rundown of some podcasts you might be interested in. All Good Things, a Star Trek Universe podcast covering all of Trek, hosted by Amy, Mark, Christos, Kelvin, and Kristen. Whether you've got Xbox or Nintendo, check out Bargain Bin Gamer, a YouTube show hosted by Davey, a self-proclaimed gamer who specializes in reviewing and showcasing affordable video games. 2 episodes enter the arena, 1 comes out victorious. Join hosts Joe and Kevin, and a guest, as they debate which should win the Batleth battle. Grab your popcorn as you listen to Cinema Z, a film discussion and review podcast showcasing films you probably missed, but should definitely check out. Hosted by Mark and Matt. Don your apron for The Food Replicator, where Matthew eats and drinks his way through the Star Trek cocktail and 3 cookbooks. Beam Aboard Galaxy Class, a Star Trek Next Generation podcast covering all of TNG, hosted by Steven. In order to not repeat it, listen to History with the Szilagys, a snippet of historical events from around the world, hosted by Chrissy and Jason. For the newest Trek coverage, check out Infinite Diversity, hosted by Chrissy and Thad. Curl up with a good book and delve into beta canon with Peter, host of the online Trek Book Club on Twitter, and his new companion, Trek Book Club podcast. Test your Trek knowledge with Treksperts Quiz, a Star Trek quiz show hosted and written by Davey. Whether you're a member of Starfleet Federation or Planetary Union, go check out Union Federation, covering current Star Trek and the Orville, which we all know is really a Trek show, hosted by Kyle, Kevin, Amy, and Haley. Head over to YouTube and watch the Viewscreen live on Sundays, your Trek-inspired talk show hosted by Kelvin and Amy, with Season 2 starting in September for a 10-week run. Spill the tea with Christos while he discusses current Trek news and events and explores the world of fandom via guest interviews, all with a LGBTQIA+ perspective on What's the Tea-Bab. And for our Patreon members, we have the Hive Mind with monthly script readings, Let's Fly, a Discovery reaction show, It's Green, a cornucopia of topics, Amy's Math Moments, a quick look at math moments in Star Trek. We know you have a choice of podcasts to choose from, and we thank you for listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Thank you very much for tuning in to Infinite Diversity. Thank you to Zach Tripp for the wonderful theme music and Mark White for the awesome show art. Please subscribe in your favorite podcast player, and don't forget to rate and review us there as well.
If you want to reach out, you can find the network on the socials at BQN Podcasts, or our show specifically at IDIC Podcast. You can also talk about any and all of the BQN podcasts in our Facebook group, the BQN Collective, and join our Discord server. When you hear from us next, we'll be talking about the series finale of Lower Decks, The New Next Generation. Until then, peace and long life.